We are reading the book Engaged to be Married, the romance novel. This is chapter 25. Travelogue, June 12th. The happy couple leaves the hotel and boards a bus that takes them around the city. He's very observant of those telltale signs of her energy waning. Still weak, Emily tries her best to smile and keep up a strong front. She jokes with Charles, "When we get off this merry-go-round roller coaster of a bus, I'm going to make you promise that we walk all the way back to the hotel." "Okay. We don't exactly have a city map to go by, but maybe we could manage that." Charles doesn't look at her. He's certain Emily would never finish the long walk back. Charles promises Emily that they won't go anywhere by train ever again, to which she replies that this city will probably be their last stop. Charlie is hardly able to bear those words. Yet Emily says those words as a simple matter of fact. He remains astonished that she has taken this definite possibility in stride. The terrible headache has lingered. After getting off the bus, they make their way to the nearest restaurant on foot. They spend 2 full hours, allowing Emily to just sit there and rest before the sick feeling leaves her entirely. Still, she eats very little of the lunch that Charles has ordered for both of them to share. Charles is quick to wait it out. Charles is quite okay waiting it out with his bride at his side as she slowly nibbles away on bites of food. Thankfully, she seems to feel better with each passing minute. Soon they are making plans for more tourism, though this round of sightseeing will be accomplished at a snail's pace. One thing Charles has noticed is that every setback whittles away at Emily's stamina just a little more. All the walking is just too much for Emily, though she protests. Charles eventually rents a car, driving from the hustle of the city out to the Golden Gate National Park area. It's a pleasant enough drive. There's much to see. Charles is careful to take a slow turn on those curvy roads so Emily won't become carsick. Other cars pass him by the dozens. Some irritatingly have honked at him. Charles could care less, but he does make a few crude comments about them not stopping to view the scenic route along the way. Charles also remarks to Emily that they can't stop to smell the roses unless they go around 35 miles an hour at the very most. To that remark, she laughs at him, though she must stare straight ahead for her not to get woozy or lose the light lunch that she has just consumed. Once they make their way through the park entrance, they find a cool, shady spot to sit and enjoy the breeze and the scenery. It's very peaceful, but he imagines that a cemetery might have the same atmosphere. That thought will not slip past his lips, though. He won't let it. Charles pretends to be her personal tour guide. This famous lush park boasts of trees of all kinds, shapes, and sizes. Each one comes complete with a special made-to-order shaded awning. And this park has a plethora of all the free grass you could ever hope to sit on. Well, that's very nice, but I think they would at least offer free acorns to eat, too. Emily jokes right along with Charles. Oh, and that they do. However, those eating areas are restricted for squirrels and chipmunks with previous reservations only. He points not too far away from where they're seated. Whispering, Emily remarks, "Look over there, Charles. See those 2 squirrels chasing each other around and around that huge oak tree? They seem to be able to defy gravity, jumping upward from one end of the tree to the other and one branch to the other." Charles smiles. They're in their own little fantasy land, like they're made of rubber or something, bouncing off a tree like they're as light as feathers. No pain, no discomfort. You can almost hear the noises they make going from one tree to the other. Boing, boing, boing. Emily adds a colorful twist to the critters' activities. There's springs in their feet. He turns to her, looking serious. "Em, have you ever thought of writing, like poetry or anything? Funny that you mentioned that. I was actually thinking of writing my life story, although it might end up a bit of a short essay. Not enough time to fill an actual novel." Charles doesn't offer a response to that comment that she just made. He definitely doesn't ask if she meant there won't be time for her to write a book, with her life being cut short. As much as he has promised Emily not to, it's impossible for Charles not to dwell on her sad condition. Observing that frail body deteriorate each day, this fact remains upfront in his thoughts. He's trying his best to accept this in order to focus on nothing else but Emily's needs and desires. Charles is quite aware that Emily must push past the pain to enjoy the time she has left, so he will allow her a great deal of leverage now, even if it's like a knife stabbing him in the heart each and every time she speaks of her demise. To help keep the mood lighthearted, Charles wouldn't think of scolding Emily for anything she says, or always bringing up the truth that she is slowly dying right before his eyes. He seems that with her family being able to vent and share openly, it is a form of therapy for her. He sees that with her finally being able to vent and share with him openly, it is a form of therapy for her. Emily's reality is no longer squelched and silenced by her defiance of the wishes of others, but must be embraced and celebrated as the act of bravery that every day is for her. Charles hates that she is so much weaker at these last days of her life, and as the tumor grows larger. He almost regrets encouraging Emily to pursue the rest of her BFWL. However, a picnic in a forest was near to the top of that one list, and one easy wish to adhere to, while considering her comfort all at the same time. Charles is more than happy to oblige Emily with this little romantic adventure. Knowing she'll not eat much this evening, he packed a light meal with mostly snacks that he has quickly learned she likes and what her stomach tolerates. They begin to go about the typical but lovely picnic scenario. Working well together, they spread a bright red and white checkered tablecloth over the blanket that he borrowed from the hotel. Charles also has the keen foresight to bring another comfy comforter in case Emily gets a chill later in the day, which she usually does when outdoors, especially towards the evening hours. He is hoping that they can make it past the afternoon into the evening and watch the sun setting under the trees. You do know why a picnic spread is made up of a red and white checkered tablecloth, do you? Don't you? Emily asked her new husband. No, not in the least, but I'm sure you will fill me in. He cannot wait to hear what she comes up with. Geesh, I'm disappointed, Charlie. Being the awesome tour guide of this park, I, of course, thought that you'd know such things so you could tell me. Emily has thrown him another curveball again. Okay, let me take a stab at this. Like with the bulls, ants can't stand the shade of red, and so they tend to shy away from the delicious picnic food sitting on this colorful tablecloth. Emily laughs and punches him. That makes absolutely no sense. Don't bulls go charging at the red color? According to your premise, ants should be marching in file right over this entire spread. Yeah, I was really wrong on that point. Well, I've got nothing yet. Then he shrugs. Whatever, she sighs and peers into the basket. Let's see what we have here. So overrated. What is overrated? Food. Eating. Kind of necessary, though, wouldn't you say? I suppose, for the living. Again, Charles can come up with no response to her comment. Another sharp dagger of words pierces his heart. Just like that, she switches up her thoughts. This is just the perfect day, Charlie. The light breeze is so cool in the shade, so comforting and warm in the sun. It's just the perfect combination of nature and you. As she lies on her back on the checkered cloth, looking up at the sky, Charles wonders what she's thinking. He also notices once more how tiny she is, and yet still so beautiful. If it was any other time, any other situation, he would lie down beside her and be much more aggressive with his passion towards her. But he practices restraint and allows her this time to enjoy the view for herself. He busily works at setting out the food while she lingers and looks on. Charles pulls out a gifted wrapped box and clears his throat to get her attention. Emily raises up on one elbow. Well, what's that? Even though you haven't mentioned it, I noticed when we filled out our papers for the marriage license that today is your birthday. So happy birthday. A big smile comes across Emily's face. Charles has really surprised her. Even though it's only been 3 days, she says, when we filled out those papers, I had completely forgotten my birthday was coming with all the excitement of our wedding. She opens the gift and pulls out a small, familiar-looking bottle. Charles waits for her reaction and watches her face light up. I notice that your perfume is almost gone, and I know it must have meant something for that to be the sole possession that you brought with you, and not only to cover that fact that you hadn't showered on your trip. Besides, I happen to love this scent. It's one of the first things that drew me to you. Her voice quivers. Thank you, Charlie. It's the perfect gift, just the perfect gift. She settles back down and fiddles with blades of grass. I could go to sleep right now. It's so peaceful here, but I don't want to. It's just too beautiful, and there's so much to take in. She points upward. Just look at that blue sky up there. Have you ever tried to find pictures forming in the clouds, Charlie? I guess I did when I was a kid. Not in the past 20 plus years, though. Charles feels like one of those drivers that he had murmured against. He hasn't really stopped to look at the beauty of the world. Money was the most beautiful to him once upon a time. Well, take a long look. What do you see up there, Charlie? She reaches over and turns his face upward, away from her. He lies down with her and then gets into the same position. They lie there looking up, but all he can think of is Emily. He reaches over and grabs her hand. One little part of her is better than no physical contact at all, he thinks. I see, no, but over there might be a dog's face, maybe. He squints to try to locate cloud pictures. You know what I see? Charles is afraid to ask, but he humors her. Okay, Em, what do you see? Calmness floating all around. Wispy, happy calmness. And over there I see joyfulness and dancing and leaping. So surreal we can't even imagine what it might feel like. Imaginations of humans are not good enough at all. He tries to be encouraging, but with that poetic remark, his thoughts fall short, far short. It has to be way up there somewhere, I guess, just out of reach. I'm afraid that even if I do go all the way up there, it will all just go poof and evaporate right through my fingers, like those translucent clouds, and maybe not even be really real. Emily yawns and stretches out and rubs her arms. Charles knows that sign, and he offers her the comforter. She's chilled. It's the least he can do since he can't find the right words that will comfort her for the inevitable. He regrets that he is woefully ignorant to offer any reassurance about what is awaiting her in the heavens. Yeah, when we get back to civilization, we might need to get you a hearing aid, old man, because I don't think you have heard a word I said. I'm beginning to catch on to your system. When you are very upset with something that I've said, you tend to pull out that hurtful old man card. See, you still don't get it, Emily sighed. He thinks a minute. Don't get what exactly? It's what you didn't say. She turns away. Bingo, and that too. And weird answer. How am I supposed to respond to what you say when you pretty much have said it all, and I just agree? There is nothing left to be added or debated. And you're strange at times, honestly. Some of what you say is completely foreign to me. Your words just place me at a loss. Am I such a mystery still to you? Yeah, a stunning mystery, and which I hope to one day resolve. But he thinks again. You've said so many deep and profound things. Numbers, I can remember a whole string of numbers for my clients, but not what's just been said enough to respond every time. Okay, I get it. Remembering most every word that Emily has stated so poetically, he lies. I'm trying, though. I'm reprogramming my mind, intent on retaining the most important stuff, besides the thousands of those stupid numbers locked down in my head. What do they even matter in the long run, you know? Emily sits up and begins to cry. Charles can't help but think he should not have gone on and on about himself. He feels that he has upset her and wants to kick himself now. So he quickly apologizes. And here I am, going on about other stupid and petty things about myself, stuff that doesn't matter a hill of beans. No, Charlie, it's not that. I've forgotten to share with you another important fact. It's that memory retention problem. I may be waking up one morning and I'll not. Okay. You have to know that all of these sentences you're not finishing. You simply must finish this sentence. Do not leave me hanging here, Em, not with what you're getting ready to say or don't want to say. Charles knows even though he may not want to hear what Emily must tell him. He just has to know. One morning, the time might come, I may not know you or recognize you, Charlie. I may scream and throw a hissy fit. It's memory loss, you know, of who you are to me, and she bawls like a baby. Okay, don't cry. Please don't cry. I'm so sorry to put you through all this, Charlie. I can only hope it doesn't come to that. Wow, Em, it's okay, really. I won't leave you even then. He begins to kiss her. Not even then. I may have to tie you down so you don't knock me out, but I won't leave you, Em. She smiles and wipes a large teardrop off her cheek and kisses him passionately. Don't you dare leave me, or I'll divorce you and take off with all those fancy numbers rolling around in that handsome head of yours. He laughs and they kiss again. Charles decides to back off before he doesn't want to stop at just kisses. They are just off the beaten path and smack dab in the middle of a national park after all. He has one more question to ask her. I would like to know one thing, Emily. What is the one special wish you have assumed will never happen? Give it to me straight. No, you can't know, Charlie, she sighs, but it's not your fault. If anything, it's the fault of Father Time or Mother Nature. Okay, those clues do not help me one bit. Baby. Yes? Not you. I'm saying it. Baby. A baby of my own. Oh. Yeah. Not enough time from Father Time for that to happen, and not enough natural resource energy from Mother Nature either. No help from either of those two. That's what I'm saying. They've let me down. Emily sighs again. A rite of passage that is normal for some women. It just doesn't happen for others, I guess. At least not for me. Charles tries to lighten her mood. He gives a little sneaky grin. We could try, Em. I sure don't mind trying for your sake. She laughs. Yeah, right, I just bet. Charles regains some lost hope. Seriously, maybe this is it. This could actually be what you could draw from to have a reason to live even longer than the amazing odds you've beaten so far. Charlie, be reasonable. 9 months? Come on. And then indefinitely raising our child? Are you having to do that alone? Must I always be the realist here and add up the facts for you, Mr. Accountant? A baby is just not happening. Maybe not. Maybe yes. That's all Charles can bring himself to suggest. She tries to laugh it off. Anyway, who knows what the next life will bring? Well, I say we try. Charles is determined to be all in for her. He doesn't want her to have any more disappointments than necessary. She's had enough of that for 2 lifetimes. Even if it never happens, he just hopes that trying for a baby will bring her some joy. We already are trying, in case you haven't figured that out by now. Charles winks at his wife. Surprisingly, she smiles and blushes. He wasn't sure anything could make her blush with embarrassment. It would take one major miracle, Charlie. I think I may have used up my quota. Emily smiles and gives him a little peck on the lips. If it's a baby you're hoping for, wouldn't this come under the category of a minor miracle? Oh, that's funny. Ha ha ha, she punches him. Funny, funny man. I really like this plan. I insist that we move forward with it immediately. You just never know. Miracles happen every day, so I've heard. He grabs Emily and plants one big juicy kiss on her. Okay, but I'm doing this just to humor you. Try your best if you want to. Just take it up with Father Time and Mother Nature when it doesn't happen. Charles is offended. Emily has seen him sporting that expression only twice before. She has to know what's bothering him. She crosses her arms. Okay, I know that look, so what's up? Listen, this is the real deal for me. You are my wife. I want you to understand that I'm not sitting around thinking that my life is on hold. I fully intend to live this life with you for as long as we are together. We should make all the plans we possibly could want to make together. I intend to try and have a baby with you, our own little family. Okay, Charlie, if this is what you're wishing for, then I should at least be willing to allow you that one wish, since you've been so kind to consider all of mine. Wait, we've completed every one of your wishes on your BFWL? Charles is surprised to hear that her list was so short. Yeah, it's the last one down at the bottom, but it seems so impossible. But then all my others seemed impossible too, until you. Okay then, we're on a roll here. This baby wish is going to happen. Charles likes having a plan with a definite purpose and goal in mind. Okay, it seems we're planning a family now. Emily smiles and looks up at the sky. Charlie, I just saw a big cloud shaped like a stork. Charles laughs at her enthusiasm. You do know that I'm the one who has found more happiness than I ever thought possible. You're my miracle too, Miss Emily Bingenton. Mrs. Emily Bingenton. I do not want this ever to end for us. Let's begin to build our own little kingdom, our own little fantasy land. What do you say? The heck with logic. Okay, I'm game if you are. I've already broken through many barriers and have lived longer than anyone else in my condition. Emily breathes in deeply, hopeful once again for something else good to come into her life. Stranger things have happened, she thinks. She doesn't assume her body is well enough to allow a pregnancy to happen, but she's willing to try. I'll try my best to accommodate you, Mrs. Bingenton. Thank you, kind sir. And you have, and I appreciate this fine gesture of goodwill. And she laughs. Emily showers Charles with lingering kisses. Charles hears something rustling and rises up to look around, but it's only the squirrels playing once again. I don't see or hear anyone. Still, I just don't think that we should do anything here. I mean, not right here, right? Under this canopy of a white cloud stork? Of course, it's how it's meant to be. It's a sign, Charlie. She pulls him down on top of her. Emily, we can't do this. We could be breaking the law or something, he whines. Be reckless for once in your life, Charlie. Break all the rules, just this once. For me? Emily showers him with more kisses. Charles throws the covers up over their heads, and they giggle like two little kids caught in the middle of some awful mischief. But then things get rather serious. This is the end of chapter 25 of the romance novel Engaged to be Married. We'll pick up chapter 26 in the next audio reading.